All
Gentlemen,
right.
real quick strike update.
Well, I think the only thing is that the actors are already discussing. I think they're meeting again today and then breaking off into like individual parties in order to discuss. But it's pretty much a done deal. Even
Fine.
SNL is coming back this weekend. Like it's a done deal.
Fucking good. Hopefully the
If only
the
one thing could die, I wish it was SNL.
why they've turned out some. When was the
When
last time
since
they turned?
when? Since when? What have they turned out that's been so good in the last 10 years?
Those
The fucking
those
Tom Hanks sketch where he's wearing a Halloween suit and just pointing.
Really?
no
That's
no
funny.
no. I got the funny one. The one where
Honestly, the only thing that keeps that show afloat, in my opinion,
the
is
news.
Colin Jost and Michael Che.
Are they the ones that get more and more offensive just to see who can crack?
Yeah.
Well, they'll do a bit where they write each other's monologue.
Yeah,
And they
but they
won't
only
know
do it
what it
once a
is
year.
until it airs.
Yeah.
What? They only do it once a year? Fuck! They need to make that like a monthly thing.
They're
No,
gonna
because
they're
then
gonna
they'll
get killed
die.
if they do that.
So, what was the most fucked up one? What? It was the Martin Luther King one. That's the one that broke me.
No, well, to be
Yeah.
fair, he was the one that was running his mouth.
He kept running his mouth. Yeah.
That's the one that broke me.
Yeah.
But yeah. So y'all want to talk about two possessed little girls?
I had something I wanted to share with y'all before we begin, and I wanted to share with the audience. This has been a part of my life that I've kept kind of secretive, and I wanted to take a moment here. I wanted to share with y'all this and this. This is my certificate that I completed my necessary hours of anger management, which is something that I've kept hidden from everyone else, and I got my chip right here, and I'm very proud of it. And I want to take a moment. This was going to be the episode where I was going to sit down and talk about like how wonderful therapy is. But then I watched this stupid piece of shit movie, and this is going down the drain. Eddie, kick that shit. Kick that shit.
Right. Thank you for welcoming us. No wait. Fuck, that's the wrong one. Ferny, hit it. God damn it.
Hey, everybody, this is Fernando from the Rollback Podcast, and we, as in me, myself, Eddie, and Chema, are here to review Exorcist Believer.
Do you believe? Since the death of his wife 12 years ago, a man has been raising her daughter, Angela, on his own. But when Angela and her friend Catherine disappear into the woods, only to return 3 days later with no memory of what happened to them, it unleashes a chain of events that will force this man to confront the natter of evil and, in his terror and desperation, seek out the only person alive who has witnessed anything like this before, Chris McNeil. So this is The Exorcist Believer, the new movie directed by David Gordon Green, the same team, same creative team that worked on the new Halloween trilogy, is now tackling pretty much the same format for The Exorcist, sequel to the original movie, ignoring all the other ones. This stars Leslie Odom Jr., Ann Dowd, Ellen Burstyn, Jennifer Nettles, Norbert Leo Butz, and other colorful actors playing this role. So The Exorcist being a classic, being a very important movie, not just for cinema, but for its genre, being the first horror movie to be nominated for Best Picture. And now they're trying to do a new version. So we've seen new versions of classic movies like this. You know, we saw things that took a different approach, like Prey last year with Predator, and even this year with Evil Dead Rises with Evil Dead. So how did this one turn out? I have my own thoughts, but I'm going to let y'all go first.
Bernie, you want to take the first crack at it?
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
What did you like about it?
It was enjoyable. Did I think it was scary? No. But the original Exorcist isn't scary for shit. It's
It's
not.
creepy.
Watch it again. Watch it.
I
again.
did.
It is
I
not
did.
scary
I
at all.
watched it. I watched it the day before I watched this one. I watched it on Thursday, and I watched this one on Saturday, so the day in between. It
Like,
still holds up as being creepy.
Creepy, yes. Scary, no.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, it didn't.
The whole conundrum of being afraid that the devil is gonna possess you can be fixed with one simple line. Why would the devil ever want to possess you? You're not special. You bring nothing to the table.
Oh god damn. God damn. Like, don't worry, I'm gonna take away your fear of possession and turn it into a fear of you are nothing in this world. You are a speck of dust. I'm a speck of dust. Jesus Christ. Okay, fair fucking enough.
But no, I liked it. I liked the creepiness. I liked the possession parts with the girls, the imagery, especially the ending, like the ending like where the chick just gets totally boo-fooed by her dad. And she has to take one long trip to HE double hockey sticks.
No, so I like one of the aspects I really like, besides obviously the horror, the symbolism. One, they ask one of the like hardest questions you can ask a parent at the very beginning. Like they ask a father, like, "Hey, we might not be able to save them both. Who do you want us to save?" They leave us on that cliffhanger, and we all assume, "Oh, save my daughter." Like that's what you assume he picked. And then no, they have the hereditary moment. Nah, he wanted the wife. God played a trick on you, and your wife lived. I mean, your daughter lived, not your wife. In addition to that, though, I like how in the original Exorcist, they tried medicine first. They tried going to the hospital, psychologists, drugs.
A crucifix.
They don't try the crucifix in the original.
Well, she experiments with crucifix.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
no. God, no, Ferny, no. They try all the medical reasons as to why she's not okay. But once all those options are exhausted, that's when they turn to religion and exorcism. Same thing in this story. They try all the medical things. They take them to the hospital. They put them in the psych wards. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with them? And it's only until they've exhausted all their other options that they're like, you know what? You ever heard of exorcism?
Well, Leslie Odom tried all that shit. The white parents were like, nah, she's good at home.
That is true. Yeah.
All right. So we've sang its praises, Chema. What did you incredibly hate about this film?
It was lacking old naked people.
It did, yeah. It did. This movie would have been if this movie would have started with the A24 logo, I would have been like, oh, 10 out of 10. Like, yeah, best movie of the year, of course. I'm kidding. No, my big thing with this movie, and it was frustrating while watching it. I will say this. I'll join on the praises on one thing. Leslie Odom Jr. gives a hell of a performance. I think he is probably the best part of the movie.
Isn't he a singer?
He was a Broadway actor first, so he was in Hamilton first, and then he became a screen actor. Yeah, he was in Glass Onion. Like, yeah, he was one of the people in the island. Yeah, so he's really good. He's super locked in. You can tell he's got like that dramatic, like Broadway acting thing, where like he can do a lot of scenes where even when he's not saying a lot, he is doing a lot, like a lot of emoting, and I think he's good. I buy him as this desperate father trying to find his kid. Everything else about this movie to me falls apart. I think I have this theory, and I thought about it when I saw Halloween Ends, and I'm thinking about it now again, now that I've seen this one. I think David Gordon Green wants to make an original scary movie, but for some reason, he just keeps attaching himself to, like, existing franchises, and he feels like he feels locked in by those rules, because Halloween Ends had a very interesting narrative that was going into like the trauma that the city was going to and how they blamed this young kid because they had to blame someone. And that was interesting. That was a cool thing to do, but it was in the middle of a Halloween trilogy, and it's just like it was completely out of place. And in this one, he tries to ask these questions of like religion and belief and like what would work, what can we try, and what is religion? How are they more similar than we think? And there's an interesting idea that can be cracked from that seed, but it's not played to its strengths, and it feels locked in by the wall set by The Exorcist. The Exorcist might not be a very scary movie now, but you have to remember when the original Exorcist came out, Exorcist movies were not a thing. Exorcism was not a popular thing that we knew about.
It was an archaic practice back then. Even in the 70s, they were like, what?
This is like the first time that people saw it and were like, what is this? It's like at the beginning of the year when we all found out that mushrooms could kill us when we saw The Last of Us. Like it became like a big thing. It popularized it. And after that, exorcism movies became a dime a dozen. We had a ton. And we've had good ones and we had bad ones. And this one, it doesn't need to be tied to that first Exorcist, because by doing that, you're making yourself into a standard. And that's very hard to get to. And I feel like the only thing that they did, like Gordon and company, I feel like all they did was like go to a Hollywood exec and be like, hey, how about 2 possessed girls? And they were like, holy shit, you're a genius. Here you have all the money. Do you know how much it costs to get the rights to The Exorcist?
$400 million.
$400 million. Do you think this movie was worth it?
I think the new trilogy is going to be worth it.
Do you seriously think they're going to make another one after this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
This one's already made.
Where do you go from here?
It's an R-rated movie.
But where do you go from here?
3 possessed
story.
girls.
3 possessed girls. Are you?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. So one of the things, Chema, and I'll hark back to this one. And you did mention Leslie Odom as one of the standouts. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ferny. One of the cool things is that they ask the hard questions that a lot of movies maybe don't necessarily ask, as far as like, especially in horror films, like in this one. Again, the question of who do you save, your daughter or your wife? And then after that, after you lose your partner, the one you love the most, do you believe in God after that? What kind of God would let my wife die on some motherfucking country out in the middle of nowhere where I couldn't get her help? How is that justice? How is it okay that my daughter grows up without a mother? And then the same God that's supposed to exist allows my daughter to be possessed? Who the fuck is that? That anger, that frustration, I like that. I like that aspect of it. Not to mention the fact that they do bring in other religions. It's not just Christianity, which we'll get to a funny quote Fernie sent me. But they bring in like a root healer. They bring in a Baptist, a pastor. They bring in a woman who was going to be a nun but didn't.
Those are all just Catholicism with extra steps. Like you can't be like, hey, let's try everything. The final like showdown, if you want to call it that, of the movie.
Why can't they just be like, let's try everything?
Yeah, I mean, do you remember that scene in The Mummy where like the guy's about to get killed by the mummy and he just starts pulling up like different like religion necklaces?
Yeah. That was hilarious.
It's basically that scene, but like taking it seriously. Yeah. Except that they didn't try every religion. They tried like three of one, and then just
they worked.
I mean,
Fernie, you want to tell them? You want to talk about the priest?
What?
Fernie sent me this funny text.
Which one did I send? I sent a lot of funny texts, Eddie.
No. The homeboy thought he was gonna go in there and save everything like a knight in shining armor.
Oh, they're all just there fucking like trying to save these girls, and here comes fucking homeboy with his collar chanting his shit.
I mean, that guy really thought he was like Thor arriving at Wakanda. Like,
yeah, really... dude, that's what it was like. Oh, really? This is the guy that's gonna get the win? I guess. I accepted it. I was like, okay, fine. And
then nope, he got his head turned around.
He got straight 180.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I love that. And dude, okay, so these girls slowly begin to deteriorate, right? Which, is it just me, or the second someone loses their eyebrows, like you think something's wrong?
Yeah. Oh, you mean when they have that caveman face?
Yes. The second that this shit goes away, I don't trust you no more. But
I thought it was the upside down cross burned into her head, but yeah, sure.
Well, it was also the help me like carved into her side. Which also, did you guys get the religious symbol? Well, no way. I think they spoon feed it to us at one point, right?
They did that.
The 3 days.
Yeah, the
walking
3
out.
days thing. It's like remember at the beginning of the year when we saw Knock at the Cabin and they were like, you don't get it? They're the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And it's like, I know, but why are you telling me that? Like, do you think I'm like, do you like, does this movie think the audience is stupid? Like, is that
Yes.
is that what it is?
You'd
Because
be surprised how stupid an audience is.
I mean, I don't doubt it, but it's like, have a little bit of trust in you. See, this is why I fucking like the indie shit, because like at least they trust us to like think of a conclusion. This is fucking spoon fed, and I don't love it, man. Like I had a really bad time watching this. And also, like, why are we back with the jump scares? Like, I thought, like the late 2010s had a lot of jump scares, and then there was a point where we're like, you know what, we're better than this. Let's not do that anymore. And this movie was chock full of them.
You thought there was jump scares? I didn't get jump scared at all in this movie.
They had a ton. Hell, the way the movie starts with the 2 dogs fighting, which is a callback to the original, like. It was so loud, and it happened like a lot of times. It happened there. It happened with the girl like put her hand on the glass. It happened like constantly. Like every like hard cut was tied with like a little jump. Everyone in my audience was doing it. Everyone was jumping.
Really?
Yeah,
mine.
My audience wasn't jumping.
They were creeped out. Like
well, your audience is white. They probably like they're used to like religious weird shit.
Where do you think we live?
Chema, we live in Little Mexico. Come on.
I wouldn't call it that.
The only slight difference is Tex-Mex. That's pretty much it.
Well,
We say
that
parquead. That's it.
and maybe the amount of guns.
I dare you to try to park somewhere here, and you'll see the difference.
Okay, so these little girls. I think part of also what I liked about it is I felt bad. I felt bad for Angela and Catherine also because they pull stupid shit that you would expect kids to pull.
Well, it's all the white girl's fault. She's the one that wanted to do this shit.
You gotta admit, her friend was probably like, "Yeah, I want to talk to my mom." Come on, it was both their faults. I won't. It was both.
She seduced her.
Bullshit.
That's why she went to hell.
But she gets her to go. They go to the woods and they play this game, and that's part of the fuck upness of it, because you can imagine like 2 teenage dipshits doing this. They don't know any better. And let's be honest, we all did dumb stuff when we were younger. I think that adds to the fear. Because also, this movie is one of 2 halves. The first being a missing persons case, and on the second half, that's where we get the possession, mental health, and all that stuff. I think for parents, I know I'm not a parent yet, but I think on that front, this one was more terrifying.
Dog parents aren't parents?
You know what I mean. I don't have a human child.
But you call them your
Also,
baby?
my kids have never gone missing. My dog's never gone missing.
Yet.
Knock on wood. Shut the fuck up. Knock on wood. But the fear of your daughter going missing, like, I can't imagine the terror that they were facing. And they began infighting. And I fucking knew that dad was going to be a problem later from their first interaction.
The white dad?
The white dad.
Oh, yeah.
He was going to be a fucking issue later. But,
I knew since the moment that he didn't take his shoes off when they were going to start the whole shit, that it was just going to be on him. That he was going to screw this whole shit.
Even the pastor, like, took his shoes off and was showing respect. I was shocked.
Well, pastors have to. It's in the Moses story.
No. But
yeah.
So the pastor cliche character is typically like a douchebag that's like, God wouldn't want this. You know, they're assholes. Typically, that's how they're portrayed. Yeah. But in this one, like, no, he goes the distance with them. He helps them any way he can. I don't know. I like that part.
I generally thought that guy was gonna have like a turn, like he was gonna be like the real possessed or something. Like I was
the scapegoat.
I don't know. I kind of saw it. Surprised that they didn't do that. It's weird because they try to do all these new things, and then everything that relates to the original Exorcist kind of feels tacked on. and I don't think it gels very well. Like the appearance by Chris McNeil, played by Ellen Burstyn, who I hope got a fat check for what she did here. I don't know, feels disjointed. Like she's not even fighting the original demon from the first one, and so it's really random that like they just kind of have her there. She kind of shows up. She tries to do this weird thing where she tries to like tell the demon to leave the girl. She gets blinded, and that's kind of it. Was anyone else confused by like the whole thing about like, oh, like what if my daughter is dead? Like, why would she think her daughter is dead?
Well,
They never
had contact with her,
but they don't explain that. Like they just randomly just say like, what if she's dead? I don't know if she's dead.
Well, weren't they mimicking Reagan's voice?
No, they were. But remember, there is a point, Chema, maybe you missed this. When she's talking to Leslie Odom's character, when she's talking to Victor, she even mentions how, or maybe he does, you haven't spoken to Reagan in decades, right? And she's like, yeah, we stopped talking. She was angry after I wrote the book. It was a big success, but she found it embarrassing. And so she doesn't even know. She even said, I've tried to find her a few times, but no luck.
Doesn't feel right. Because like when that moment came at the, because like when she came back at the end, I was like, I don't feel anything. Like I don't know. Everything that connects this to the original movie feels very, very tacked on. Like I'm
sorry you don't have a heart.
I have a heart. Have you seen the movies have you heard any of my reviews? That's all I talk about. And then this one for some reason just something it didn't click. It's like in a fucking like I don't know. It's like a song that's playing at the wrong tune. Like something it just doesn't gel about this production.
I will say this movie hit a lot better than fucking Halloween Ends. I'll never forgive him for having Michael Myers punked out by some kid.
Oh, yeah, where Jackson's mask. God damn it.
Yeah,
I can never forgive that. How dare you have an iconic horror franchise get punked out by some fucking kid?
Well, he came back and killed him again, didn't he? No, he killed himself, right?
True, but he had to get his balls back.
Well, he's human, you know.
He got Rocky. He got knocked down. He had to get back up.
Get up, you son of a bitch.
Mickey loves you. Oh God.
Can someone make a splice version where like Michael gets his ass kicked, Mickey talks him up, and then that's when he stands up and he's like, "I'm gonna go."
I could do that. That could be fun.
With the Rocky bells, the dun.
But okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it.
No, go ahead. Well, I was gonna say like I'll give this movie another credit. The makeup on the girls is great, and they did look creepy. Like it did work, but in a way that was really callbacky to the original one. I feel like in the original one, it's very seamless the way that she was overdubbed by a different actress. And in this one, you can really tell that it's someone else. Like sometimes their lips don't even match what they're saying.
With Catherine, you could tell like a lot. I think the other one, Angela, it was a little bit better. With Catherine, you could really tell like they were using someone else.
Yeah.
See, I don't get why they didn't just like voice alter them to sound creepy.
Well, they're doing the same actresses are going to do overdubs later. Like they will. Like they rarely use the same audio from like when they're recording on the shot. So I don't know. It's very creepy. It's very I don't know. It didn't gel. But the possession, I mean, there were some okay shots somewhere there. I don't know. The scene from the poster and the scene from the trailer that they show a lot where like Catherine gets possessed and she's walking on the aisle of the church and she starts yelling, "The body and the blood, the body and the blood." I was laughing in that scene, not because of it wasn't creepy or anything. It's just she sounded like Cartman. And like rewatch that scene and it's gonna take you out when you notice it. Like she sounds like a South Park character, and it really I could not take it seriously. I
didn't hate any of it. I liked there's like little subtleties. There's one part where Victor's talking to his daughter Angela in their house, How long did it take for you to notice the possessed version of her is right behind him?
Not like immediately. Like
it was there for a while, but most
Yeah.
people didn't notice till they go in, and then you kind of noticed it.
Yeah, no, I did. But like after watching something like Hereditary, your eyes kind of get trained to like look for that shit.
Fair.
Yeah.
And then was it just me, or did it feel like Angela really wanted to fight when they were in the restroom? Because she kept getting into like his bubble, but she
Yeah.
kept like almost like looking at him, like sizing him up.
Yeah.
Wait, with who?
With her dad.
Angela.
With her dad?
Yeah.
Well, he was brushing his teeth, and like the lights kept like going in and out.
Oh,
it felt
yeah.
like she was sizing him up.
Well,
Like
she
was
fucking jumps up behind him with a scarf and sends his ass into the pole.
I'm surprised that didn't knock him out.
Yeah.
Then again, what kind of father are you if you get punked out by your 13-year-old daughter?
I think he said it was 13.
12, 13. Tomato. The girls get possessed. They're gonna put them in an asylum or like a home.
No, they put Angela into the asylum.
Yes.
Catherine's parents are a little kooky.
Oh, that's right. They go to her house and like her little brother and sister are fucking terrified. They're never gonna trust her. Oh, well, never mind. She's already gone. I forgot. Spoiler alert. Well, they got spares at least. I'm proud of that one. I'm proud of that one. So her fucking little brother and sister are traumatized. The dad is breaking down and like, I don't know what to do. Which, by the way, folks, here's a life lesson. If you're a parent and something's wrong with your kid, you don't get to break down. You have to figure out and keep going forward.
You don't break down just in silence by yourself.
Exactly. Suffer in silence, like what we all have learned to do. But
that's why we don't have problems.
Exactly. That's what our parents taught us. But no, so I'm sorry, I will stand by that. This little bitch is like downstairs crying in the corner. Like he's like, I don't know what to do about my daughter. Go the fuck up there and help her. That's your little girl. Or are you a
easy for you to say your kid's not possessed by the devil?
And fucking let's go then. Let's figure it out. Call the pastor.
Probably yelling at him.
Bring it. Anyway, fucking.
That's scene. Well, guys, my firstborn was possessed by the devil.
I'm gonna need some help. But so Catherine starts like talking about Reagan, like mother and all this stuff, like trying to fuck with Miss McNeil.
Mother.
Which also, fun fact, I don't know how much you guys know about the actual exorcism ritual.
Not a lot.
I try to not think about it, even though I'm not a believer. I try not to think about it just in case I'm wrong.
So I have actually, Ferny knows I'm an idiot. I want to play with a Ouija board and stuff. But anyway, so in the ritual, the way it works is it's not so much like you're forcibly like taking the demon out. It's literally you're stating, hey, this is my stature in the face of God, and with him behind me, you better leave. Like there's no actual like spiritual battle back and forth. Like, no, you're just, hey, I compel you, get the fuck out of there. Theoretically, anyone could do it. It's just to be ordained means you're more recognized than others.
Oh, is it Jay? Is it compelling?
Is it Jay? Is it compelling? Guess what? It's not that compelling.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. That's why that and it was a comedy. That's why it didn't work. So McNeil tries to do a half-ass exorcism. And all I think to myself is, wait a second. This 80-year-old woman is in a room with a possessed girl. I don't think she's physically like... I think she's in peril. I think she's in trouble. And sure enough, she gets stabbed in the eyes by a crucifix.
That I was not expecting.
Not a great plan.
No.
Not a good
plan. She gets hospitalized. And finally, they're like, fuck it. We're going all the way with this. We're performing a double exorcism with every religion that we can find right now.
Call in the Justice League.
They really come in like they're the fucking like Jesus Avengers. Like they really come in like,
yeah.
Oh god. It was a little hard to take seriously, also because the nun character, well, the ex-nun, character, Nurse Anne, was played by Anne Dowd, who played like the main evil bitch in Hereditary. So it's like it's kind of hard to take seriously. Also, not a fan of how this movie like shamed abortion. Not a fan of it.
Well, I mean, it's realistic because, I mean, in the eyes of the Lord, quote unquote, abortion is murder. So
I'm not a fan of how the movie
you don't have to be a fan of it.
Around.
That's what.
No.
That's how it works.
That's just it's not perfect. Yeah, I will agree with you there. It's ugh. Well, also, did they shame? Oh, they do. Wait, what was that other one that we saw, Chema?
Shame.
What other one that we saw? Which one?
It was where you gave up your. It was slut shaming. Remember the title? It was another possession movie show. I can't remember. Anyway, but I felt like it was like that. Like it wasn't trying to make a political statement.
Waseda? Like is that the one you mean? Or
no. There's a different movie that we reviewed where it's a nun that wants to become an exorcist.
Oh, pray for the devil.
Pray for the devil. Yes, that one. Yes.
I don't remember that one. Maybe it wasn't me. That one.
And one of the titles. No, you read the titles. One of the titles was "The Devil Slut Shames You."
I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I don't necessarily think it's right. I think it's just doing something.
Can I read to you something that William Friedkin, the director of the original Exorcist, said
about this movie?
About this movie, yeah.
Oh, go.
Okay,
he's not an asshole. He's not a piece of shit at all.
So here's the thing. He said, the guy who made those new Halloween sequels is about to make one to my movie, The Exorcist. That's right. My signature film is about to be extended by the man who made Pineapple Express. I don't want to be around when that happens, but if there's a spirit world and I can come back, I plan to possess David Gordon Green and make his life a living hell. So he said that, and then he died on August 7th of this year.
Good. He didn't get to see his movie come out.
Now, I'm not saying God is real. I'm saying if God is real, there's a sense of humor that's incredible.
Oh, man. Oh, God. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
A man dying is fucking hilarious, Eddie. Wow, you're fucked up.
Hey, under those circumstances, yes, it's fucking hilarious.
You're fucked up.
So we get to the possession, and then we get another thing I do like is I feel like the demon in this movie, if demons can be, is smart because it kind of knows, okay, these fuckers might beat me, maybe I can divide and conquer, and I can get at least one of these bitches. And give the parents, you get to choose. One girl lives, one girl dies. Which I don't think any of us were actually expecting that to happen.
That's where I play chess, you're playing checkers comes into play. I'd be like, you know what? I think your daughter should live. I think my daughter should die. Boom.
You're welcome.
You're not so quick to think about that, huh, demon?
If this would have happened in the Midwest, where every parent just like tries to out nice the other, yeah. They would have been stuck like that for a few hours.
Don't you know?
Looks like we have right here a Canadian standoff.
Yeah, like a good old Canadian standoff. Yeah.
You know what? My daughter's a piece of shit. Your daughter should live. No, my daughter's a piece of shit.
I have spares. I insist. The other one, look, if she dies, I have a clean slate. So I insist mine.
See, I feel like the movie tried to play this whole like Sophie's Choice thing going on because it was in the trailer, so it didn't felt very heavy-handed in the movie. But I would have liked for the movie to have had that conversation last a little longer because it was pretty fast. Like, imagine if they had sat down, the white parents and Leslie Odom Jr. and been like, so can we like talk about it? And then like, no, obviously not. And then like, look, you have each other, you have two other kids. This is the only one I have. Can I have at least this going on for me? And they're like, no, it doesn't work. Like something like that. Because the movie The Killing of a Sacred Deer posted this exact same question and it did it better, and it made it have weight. So and that one felt like an actual like getting back at you for something. Because that one felt, I don't know, like the theme felt more heavy-handed and the actual payoff felt more deserved. Here, I think it was stretched too thin, and I don't even think there wasn't even a chance for a conversation. It was just they put the thing and it ended. And call me crazy, but I don't think the ending landed at all. Like, okay, so Angela survives, and that's it. We don't see anything about the parents afterwards. We don't see like.
Oh, I think it's implied that they're divorced. Like they're having like they're meeting at like a Denny's afterwards. Because Lord knows, hey, I just sent our daughter straight to hell. Can we talk at Denny's? Can we talk over a Grand Slam?
Grand Slam, except Miami.
Which I was so fucking furious when the dad came out and said, "I picked Catherine." Because then in my head, I'm like, okay, is he gonna pull a switcheroo and Catherine goes to hell? Or is Angela about to die? And it's like how broken this man is, and that's what the sequel. I didn't know which way they were going to go with it. And I like that. I like how for 5 minutes, I had no fucking clue what the plan was.
I have no idea how they're going to make a sequel to this. Like, I am genuinely, like, baffled, lost. Like, I'm...
But it might not be about them. It might continue on with maybe Reagan's in the next one, and it's a different situation.
Yeah, that could be it.
I
don't know. I just look for movies as how they are. What are they trying to do for me? Other than that, I don't like to look into it too much because then I'm just kind of like, well, this fucking blows.
But I don't know. I agree with you there, Ferny. It's just from a storytelling perspective, I thought it was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Like it posed hard questions. I'll give it that.
Fuck my kid. Little shit was stupid enough to fuck with the devil. Now you get burnt.
I'm gonna remember this in about 15 years.
I'm not
did we
I'm
mess
not gonna
with
remember
Ouija
this
boards?
in 2 weeks.
Huh?
Did we mess with Ouija boards? Did
I
we
want-
order Satan? No.
I wanted to mess with Ouija boards, but no one
Do it
fucking
in your
play with me.
apartment. I bet Nikki will be thrilled about it.
No one wants to play with me, man. I've asked everybody.
Ask Nikki.
She said, "Fuck no."
Oh,
She also said, Eddie, she also said in sickness and in health.
Then just do it in your apartment. Who cares?
I need at least one other person.
Do it with your dog. That sounded weird.
Phrasing.
Oh God.
But
well,
okay,
don't do it with your dog. That's weird.
Okay, still phrasing. Do you have any like final thoughts for this one? Like, what are your big like takeaways from this?
At least he didn't shit the bed as much as he did with Halloween Ends. I can't forgive him for that one.
Sucks. I'm not gonna remember in 2 weeks. This would be the worst movie of the year if Cocaine Bear, White Man Can't Jump, and Shazam hadn't come out this year.
Not the Flash. Not the Flash.
Flash is like just a little bit above it because at least I laughed a couple times there.
Fair enough. This movie's not bad. It's harmless. It's not. It's like a B plus. It's okay. I've seen way shittier possession movies and Exorcist films. Like, there's a lot more that are bad than that are better.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie would have been at least 40% better if it wasn't connected to The Exorcist. I'm sorry, but when you tie yourself to that and you don't make the effort to make it like fit, and because if you had taken out all of the original Exorcist stuff and actually develop that question and develop that theme and develop that topic, you would at least have a slightly more interesting possession story or like a moral question, a moral dilemma story with like a satanic twist, I guess. But without that, like it feels too little and it feels too short and it feels too late. If you want to see this topic actually well developed, watch Killing of a Sacred Deer because they do it. They actually like work around those questions.
I just think possession movies are hard to do now. They're not scary anymore, especially because they were fucking beaten to death by every fucking horror movie in the 2000s.
Yeah, they did a ton. Did you see Talk to Me?
Talk to Me was good,
Yeah.
but it
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
entirely
we reviewed it.
Possession.
Yeah, but like
It was a
I feel
different
like
take on Possession, at least.
yeah. So see, it is possible to do it. It's just you got to find a good original angle, and I feel like this movie doesn't have it.
So, and I'm looking at this right now. So reports are after the poor reception of Exorcist Believer, Hollywood Reporter stated that sources say Believer's reception will most certainly demand some rethinking about the creative for the next two films. The first sequel is supposed to be called Deceiver, which has already been announced for 2025 with a complete script. Director Green was initially expected to return, but due to the reception, some have expressed doubts about his participation. So they do want to do another one. You don't want to shit the bed with $400 million. It's possible they're going to do another one, which they probably will. They're going to try it. But they might not, David Gordon Green might not be attached.
Well, he
Yeah,
should just do something else, something original. He's out
There's
here
not a
ruining.
lot of there's not a lot of directors like big name directors in the horror movie franchises anymore, except for like James Wan.
But even then, he's doing a lot of action though too.
Yeah. Fuck, give if they want to make another one, give it to the guys who did Talk to Me. They're free.
Yeah.
You know, they can prove they can do something original because Gordon Green.
Well, they're doing a
he's-
sequel.
Yeah, you're right. But it's gonna be small. Like it's not gonna have a big budget. Gordon Green is out here running iconic franchises. Like, who does he think he is? CEO of Disney?
But
Yeah.
real quick, Raka, they were tapped to potentially do another movie, another horror fan. No, I think it was a superhero movie.
Oh no, they rejected the superhero movie to do Talk to Me.
No, but there's a different film that they were being approached for. I told Ferny about it, but I can't remember.
Give them Booster Gold. Shit, like so.
Jesus Christ. Give him Raven. They could probably do something great with that. But all right, folks. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of the Rollback, our thoughts and review of The Exorcist Believer. You can go ahead and kind of listen to us anywhere you get your podcasts. Spotify, iTunes, check out our YouTube channel. It's constantly growing. We have more hate subscribers than ever before.
Hell yeah.
8-6.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna clip that out and I'm gonna use it for my soundboard. Ferny, can you give me a clean one?
Woo! 8-6.
Thank you.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. I've been Eddie.
I'm Chema.
And I'm Ferny. This was your review of Exorcist the Believer on the Rollback Podcast. Please check us out wherever you get your podcast needs. We really need it. Eddie needs to stop selling himself on the street. It's getting embarrassing. So that's it, everybody. Let's cut it.